Insuli kala hade sakugola for 91.7 podis la akavang. Nekara na chibabe amadu DJ Mystic ha Pieter sen continuing amamo ene je ilakan do se naka kope morta la entertainment la insuli juno Larry Madam Khadija Bakari Khadija let's continue DJ Mystic oro has stopper obra will apalena sesan o ha will na mohe sesan will amota ko o meswi an sesan ojo will we have morta or personal encounter ko or life we have van madam is
Swear.
wala
Sasa nsolewa. Nso nana uha nang nkowola an. Ha wala nan lungu ha ngole na ha men lungu gamwa. Kona nganya nsolewa nso wulfoli kankan aka sasa lena because ne was sasa lena ya ana via nanga men ha chongol ena ya mowol. Aha mowol. So nyampi vise ko jamal na apeso solewa ana sa encounter man ha jangole ya it's and so well I'm not on my own. Yes, I'm not on my own. It is a must. So it's not have a tangaja. It's not has car religious person. If in any personal attack or something, it ain't not so well. It ain't not so well. Yeah, and first I started by directing you. I direct la to topala with nahaman lata, not the one outside. Because we said banlata o la challa, so lata learn it in suma that being some personal encounter akakwaya. Nana wujima in Yerenka Khadija Bakari, never carry balana. I balolong as a Muslim. Marin yena barere nkukumo ba which always as Muslims. Do you know Hannah, I'm not here to talk about religion. I'm not here to talk about naran kunanu wera kunanu boma kunanu kido, but I'm here to talk about personal encounter. Nga benenam wia amo nga vana nasa era amo perevia ne benhani ha leading into omi kwala nga motwa ana omi na leading ka kolla juno hana anta nga menem mesala ayihisi ona nkana onwal antin soleba maybe so well specifically na apie here but folina saka salina. So msusuo marahama personal encounter msusuo de hena nyina hatua nyina naka oruru nyina naka shebu na wujumwa ni sebu bakere bala sebu wasaba just recent 2023 o hasaba so hasaba ya before opala sawa hako bila nana wujumwa ni say sobu obila daniri akava hospital akamura ha avamvamvange onoboluweni onobila he ovila for he fell sick for about almost, is it 12 years? Upole hakavam, like 12 to 13 years. Ko okotiro mesela. So, bala already, mfakana ha, nyankana ha chasapuna duose pa. Mpune duose, by then, mpune duose, yeah, but I don't talk about it and I don't ask because I see it to be just a dream because I didn't know what was called spirituality, paying attention to your dreams and knowing what is happening and all that. So I didn't know all those things. And so I used not to pay attention to it. But the thing I learned and pay attention to it was when my father died. When my father died, I started asking a lot of questions. I cried and I asked God a lot of questions. I asked him, why will somebody who loved humanity, who loved people, a man that even konana ohasidi, what he wants to eat, enarko chinosia, or solos unila apiepedi, very soto sinobole. He prays. He doesn't joke with his prayers. He follow onanasruke wahagbonu kamala mare imam mare kiano. But he suffered. Namanga no or last minute to have a lap on hospital akutua. They know what I'm talking about. He suffered. And that was the start of my journey. So I started asking God a lot of questions and I reduced myself because then I started asking God a lot of questions like so what is happening? Dunia and tapa la kugamoni vari. Like wakide large dunia la. Because I think 2023, early 2023, I asked a colleague at my work site, I'm a nurse. So I asked a colleague at my work site that So le dunia mpala, it's like le dunia ntala hakwe bekido le kuja. Then she was like, inya kura even just say we are here to worship. And I said, okay, to worship. Okay, that's fine. Because I'm the type that I question anything I see. How people behave, what is happening at my workplace or whatever, I question. I'm someone that like asking questions. So as a question man, questions I ask because I want to understand how things go and all that. So I go to then I decided to ask. I cried and I started asking questions. Then I had a dream. Somebody would tell me that it's just a dream. It's not a dream. That is what they call revelations. And in Hebrew, so my will say, Larry say will be a dream seller. There are certain things we has a sadaki in your dream. It's left onto you to decode it and know the meaning of it. So if you are not able to decode, that is where you have problems. So I had a dream, and the first thing was him having let me start. Not just one. The first one was. Should I even say it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. A dream where I saw myself in a chair. He died. He was using a wheelchair and he died. Then I saw myself in the same wheelchair, very sick, with a bloated stomach and in lower shoe. So, and I didn't understand. And I didn't know whom to also ask. Because growing up, I would say I have not been close to people that much because of the way I was raised up. So I didn't have anyone. All the people I know are outsiders, like people that I'm rather closer to. But when it comes to some of these things, you don't even know whom to talk with and all that. Like, I didn't know because I grew up not to trust anyone, to be frank. Let me say, someone will say you have trust issues. That I used to have it because from what I used to see and what I used not to trust anyone. That one day. So after that one, I finally have to ask. I asked and they just said it's a dream, it is a what and what, and I left that. But the one that brought the awakening in me was when I saw him, I saw like a child, my child. And what happened to my child was I saw him and as if he was dead. And it happens to be like my father. And he was dead. And as I tried picking the boy, asking him, like I got to the room and I was about to take him up. Then I saw that he was trying to get up and then somebody stabbed him with a knife. So, and the meaning I got was it's like, it is your father. He's trying to get up and somebody's stabbing him with a knife to prevent him from getting up. Then I asked, is it for get up for what? So is it like revenge? It means it's not a peaceful death or what? And that brought the awakening because when it happened that when I got up, I have to ask questions. I said no. So I have to cry. Then I asked, what is it? If it is a revenge or whatever that is happening to him, so who is preventing him from getting up? And what is the meaning of this? Leave that one aside. I came home for the funeral. And to end it all, my sandals got missing. So when I went back, I have to ask. So I had a friend which I called before when he was sick. Then I asked for help because we're looking for a place to send. He has room. The man room with his sickness for long. So I called somebody and asked and they said, oh, yeah, he's very good. That malam nanya onya before a more the here, unless he has an encounter with you, like say onya save is a hala sadako before he will more the hin or will a poela on a campana or poela or something. I'm still okay. So how will I be okay na yeah? Then what happened is more the hin. I called and Njiro Bina will oh. This is my problem. It's like I have a problem, but I don't have a problem. I don't know what is happening. So, hana ya. Jiro malam na pan follow number because I want to find out certain things. And apart from that, there are certain things that I do see, dreams that keep on repeating themselves, and a whole lot. But I don't understand. So I want to understand what is going on. Ono I will go and browse now. So I went out to browse. Let me put it that way. My first time, mom browse. I will browse in the canava. Imu benena. So I called the malam. So ha yere malam na ase wala po ane anana malam na say okay e ene ya mpala munni ko wala ya wala po nyede wala le opias no problem no ana say nkam problem na karam bra wo problem akana because mve na asejam. Then we say it's okay, you have to stabilize here. Then let's see okay p yere pepan so mpun yere pepo o say e ma yere neba mpim ma yere pepo. Then later also sabra yere. So he called me o yeram back understand around 12 areke so mo wala pick and o send WhatsApp message upon. So I send WhatsApp recording pa yan anne mi no o wala be akokana ya. Then he now said to vire minne vien ha minne vakani vien asa kenyo ya vakani, but for you to resolve it and he can onukuru ni wala pa ya I might not understand because umebe na he see me like me we jam so so well via kokana pa ya maybe it will tend to something else or something. So he said okay, and we know hasa ania what he can do is osu opanla but we no do okay. And it involves a lot of money. And I say, hey, a lot of money. And that time I was also going through a lot of financial difficulties. And he said it involves a lot of money. So involve a lot of money. Where am I going to get this money? I want to solve my problem. I want to know what is happening. I don't even know whether I have a problem or not, but I just want to know whether I have a problem. I don't have a problem. I want to solve whatever it is. I want it to be solved. I just want a solution. So how will I arrange a solution? Yeah. Then he said, okay, then we will have to. Then he repeated Abraham's sacrifice of the son, which you have to kill a cow and all that and those stuff, a sheep and all that, and then preached and brought all that, and then I said, okay, so say lakuno, see that is involved. And I said, okay, so I didn't see that thing. And because of all those things I was going through, I used to go on internet and I'll search this astrology. So I did astrology, not that as the CP with your date of birth and all those, and then they'll give you certain things and a whole lot. Because when you are starting to get that awakening, your mind opens up that like you are just ready for everything. Because there are certain things that happen in your life that you see it to be like, it's not normal. You see certain things, you and it happens. And you are like, what is happening? So you ask a lot of questions. And I know people are going through that. So if you are going through that today, I am telling you that it is the awakening. God is calling you back to himself. He wants you back to himself. He's calling you back to yourself. That is like self-awakening, that you should shade off the deception and move into your full self because you have a mission to accomplish on this earth. And that is the awakening process. And a lot of people are going through this. So if you are going through this, what I went through, don't go there because it will push you to go there. But you shouldn't go there. That is the main reason why I am here. Because nyahamon de hena ya bala na se to viana wa hasaka new ya osopon la malam na so viana wa hasaka anne anna o say na pala je he has a mirror. He's very powerful. That one there, I will not lie to you. He's an occultic man. I'll just be frank. He's an occultic man, yes. It is later I got to know that. And when I got to know that, that was when I backed off. He's an occultic man. And that occultism is in the religion. It is religion. It is because all these powers are being controlled. Those people, the occultic people or those beings, it could be aliens, it could be those in the waters, the seas, and all those people, no, they are all together. They are all working as one, and they are all together. Just that their powers are what? Being divided. Just that they have a division. Like you are supposed to be responsible for this and that and that and that and that and that. But they are all one because they are all in darkness. This world is full of what? Darkness. They are all in darkness. They will deceive you that it is light. Oh, this is the light, but it is a lie. They are all darkness. So and that time, because I was doing those things, I got myself involved with some kind of network, or should I say email service that used to give me direction. And that gives me direction, and it's like they say angelic services and fallen angels. I'm mentioning a lot of things. I'm mentioning a lot of things. So, angelic messages. So they will give me a message, and it's all like astrology. So they'll give you the message, and they'll tell you that is this and this today, this and this will happen, and what. And you really see it happening. So I tend to believe because I see it happening. They will tell you, and it happens. So when it happened that way, when I didn't get the money, and by then my husband too was preparing. He was also preparing for us to go outside, to travel out. And I was there with the children, and all these things were happening to me. So, but when I went to be frank, when I went to the Malam, when I called the Malam, and he told me all those things and said I needed the money and all that, I called the man and I told him that, oh, this is the problem. And when I called the Malam, this is what the Malam said and said and said. But he said it will involve money. And he said, well, if you have the money, that's your own business. He said, if you have the money, you come. He said, no, he didn't. He said, okay, what he said was, do you have that? Where will you get such money to go and do such things? I'm preparing to send you out, and you're also looking for money for some of the. Where will you get such money? And I said, okay. So it's like he didn't tell me not to go, but he didn't also tell me to go. He only questioned me, where will you get that money? Then I said, okay. I was quiet and then doing my own things. Then this happened. I was there because of the messages that I was receiving. Messages never had received, yeah. Then one of the message came that one morning I got up and I had a message that there will be money coming to your account. And when that money lands, use it to look for your path. 3 days, this man called me. Now we were having a car. And because we wanted to go outside, he wanted to sell it. But I was against selling the car. Because I was like, oh, don't sell it. We can leave the car out down anytime we travel back, or you can give it to you have a friend around. Anytime we travel back, we can use it. Then he said, okay, I was against it. He also agreed with me that we wouldn't sell it. Then after I had that message, 3 days time, this man called me to tell me that he has sold the car and he has sent the money to my account. So, because I was like, I had a message there was money coming to my account and I should use it to look for my path like that. And then 3 days, money lands in my account. Yeah. So I picked the money. So when the money landed in my account, after he gave me the call, then I had a message again that now the money has come. Look for your path. So I said, okay, if you are in my shoe, who is in hot soup and all this that is happening, how will you pick it? I have to. So I decided to go. Then I called the man and I told him, okay, I've had some money. So how will we do it? Then he said, I will have to come to Accra. Then I said, okay, come to Accra. I asked him, so am I coming to your house? Am I coming to, then he said, yeah. Oh, don't worry. When you come, you wouldn't even come to my house. You'll get a place to stay. And then whatever that we will do, then you can go back. Then I said, okay. Then I asked him, what of the cow? He said, oh, when I come there, they have a place that they sell the cows and those things. So I got there. So when I actually got there, I was backing a child. My child was very small. So I went with my child, my baby. I was having a small child by then. So I went there with the child and we had a guest house. Had a guest house for me and my child, so we stayed there. Then he called where we get the cow. He called, but he said he has to do recitation and all those things for them to show the kind of cow and all those stuff. And it was not an easy thing. The money, like getting the money, but it was not something that was listen, because they had a cow and they called the one selling and all that, and I paid the money, and the sacrifice was performed. And to perform the sacrifice, he said we have to go to the sea. That's also another thing. So we went to the sea. I followed him, and it has to be in the night. Somebody will say, a woman, you have the heart. Yes, when you are in that situation, you can do anything. And as I was even going, it's like I was being pushed. I was under I was being pushed to move, right? Yeah. So when I got there, Lamo Lena Deba Yavo say he has to prepare some food after the sacrifice. The intestine wished and prepare food and what, and then we went to the sea. When we got there, He held me. Then he wrote the name Allah and then what and those things, and said Nchung Yirnala Nchung, and then he was also there. Then he Father, guide me. Oyero, this thing, Jirna. The spirit, because it has to be a higher spirit that can overtake whatever that is behind me. Whatever that is behind me, it has to be a higher spirit, because whatever that is following me and whatever that is behind me is a strong darkness, which a higher spirit will have to take. And what he said was that, oh, you have come to the right place. When I called him Inisha, that's what he said. Oh, you have come to the right place because this is light. This is light. Because I asked him questions, whatever that is in, I asked him, are you sure this is part of the Quran? He said, yes, it's part of the Quran. Then whatever that he does, I'll ask him. He will send me the ayah. He will give me the whatever stage he has gotten to. He will send me the verse and all that. Then I didn't read Arabic. So what he sent me is the English translation. So he sent me the English translation. He said, this is where I've gotten to. This is what I have done. This is whatever. Because anything he does, I'll ask him. Is he sure is in the face of God, I'm okay because I don't want to do anything? And he said, no. This is light. You don't have a problem. You know, he keep on telling me this is light. But my spirit keep on fighting me, but I never listened to my inner self. I kept my listening that I was not just like, you see, when it happens that way, and then you hear another voice, and then you are like, so we got there. How many minutes? So that I can cut some places out and then move. Okay. So when we got there, what he did was he called the name of the spirit. And let me let you know, that spirit he called is the same spirit that ruled Dubai.
Golu FM.
Yes, 91.7. Dubai. He called that spirit. And when he called the spirit, the water rushed. The water rushed and came up. So when the water rushed to where I was backing my baby because I didn't have anyone to give my baby to. So I was just there. I stood there and I was like, though as I'm standing there, like, as I said, sometimes I do have that belief of mistrust. Like, I'm standing there, but like, as if I believe, as if I don't believe. I'm just standing there. So as the water rushed and came, and he was happy and he was jumping. I was just standing there watching him. Because I don't know what is happening. I was just watching him and he was like, then he was jumping. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Everywhere he was just jumping. I was like, hey, this is serious. I was there because I don't know what is happening. So I was just standing there. Then he came. When the water came, then he gave me the food that I was supposed to put inside the sea. And I dropped it in the sea. And the water rushed back. Then he said I should watch. Didn't I see a path? I said, I didn't see anything. Then he said, okay. He said, you didn't see, but it's okay that we should go. That it has been taken, accepted. And I was like, well, just like that, simple. And he said, yeah. Then he said, okay. Because before we went, I was asking him, is it scary? Is it going to be something that is... Because all these things is so serious. But where I've gotten to know, where I got to is like, what is this life all about? Even if I should die, let it be by then, because living was like, it was like hell. Because in the night you can't sleep. You sleep, you see things, you get up and you can't even talk about. Some things you can't even talk about it. And even your own living environment is like, you are facing a lot of problems at my workplace. They were transferring me from one place to the other, a whole lot of problems. Financially, I was so constricted, picked loans here, there, all surrounding me. And I just don't know what was happening at that time in my life. I was so frustrated that I said, so whatever that should happen should just happen. So when I got there, and after he did that and it went, and then he said, oh, it is done, let's go. So when we're going out, he said, he doesn't understand. Then I said, why? He said he doesn't know why the water rushed like that. Because he brought people here severally. And the people that he brings, They will even have to move into the sea, deep, deep, deep inside, and still it will not be accepted. But me, I was just standing at the entrance and the water rushed that way. He doesn't know why. So I didn't know why. That was why he was shouting, and I said, okay, me, I didn't know. And I also said, me, I don't know why. But something in me told me that they were already waiting for you. Yes, that was what my inner soul told. My inner self told me. They were already waiting for you. They knew you were coming, so they were already waiting for you. So I followed him. He took me. We went back in his car. He's doing well because he has land, because he's been working with a lot of people and they give him monies and those kind of cars and all that. He rides the latest cars, whatever. Like he has that. But you know one thing, he doesn't sleep. When you are serving the devil, there's no sleep for you. Even a minute of your time is taken away from you. Because the enemy hates you so much. The enemy hates humanity so much that he just wants to clear us off. So they'll frustrate you. You will not even get time for yourself to work and to gather something like genuinely. So the enemy will do anything to constrict you, to take all your time, so that you will not get time to use the God-given talent that he has given you. Because everybody has a gift. Everybody has a talent that God has given to you to come and help this humanity. But the enemy will hold you so tight, constrict you in such a way that you will not have that time to think and to use that God-given talent, that gift that God has given to you to help humanity. No, you will not use it because you will not even have time. And this is what was happening to that man. But at that instant, I didn't see that in him. But when we were coming, he said something that got me thinking. He didn't know. Maybe he was confessing. We were coming, then he was like, I bought a land here. Now I want to build a school, and then I want to also get like people that I know if one day he hears this. I never told him this, but that was my own thing. I'm the type, I might be conversing with you. From what you say and your reaction, I'm able to determine what is in your mind. Maybe that is my own too. And whatever that I see and I know is always true. Just that I will not tell you. So like, we're coming, and then this man now, when he started talking that way, he said, so he wants the school, and he wants help, and I knew where he was talking. I knew why he was saying that and why. So I was like, so he feels that what he's saying is, he feels like maybe what happened, no, something is going to happen. Maybe I'll get some, when I'm being liberated from that, I'll get some money and all that, or like maybe things will get well for me. So he wanted to be sure that I will not forget him. He wanted to be sure that I will maybe take care of him, I will give him something or something like that. But that wasn't what was in my mind. So that got me thinking, and I was like, you see, inside me, then what came to my mind was, greed is setting in. What is he thinking? I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for money. I came to look for a solution for my problems. But if it is supposed to be a result of that, but what is all these things about? That is greed that is setting in. Then I said, well, it's okay. Then I didn't say anything through our conversation. I said, well, but if you want help, anyone can help you. And if I one day have the capacity to help you, why won't I help you? I will help you. I can do that. What is it? Then we were going. When we got, I settled. Then he has to, when he's even giving you the ayahs, they listen to write for you to bath and all those things. He will write and then wash it. The one they wash and write and wash. No, but in his case, no. In his case, he will give it to you. He'll write in the papers and give it to you. You will wash it, and then, well, you will wash it and then drink. He doesn't want to do it and bring it so that you think that he added something else to you. Because I was always questioning him. So he wanted me to be sure that whatever that he was doing, it was the book that he was using to give it to me. So he will write everything and now come and give it to me and say, I should myself to put it in the water and then drink and then bath and then what, and then I did all that. So like all those things are part of whatever that happened, and that happened. Okay. Now what the second part is when I came back. When I went back, then I went back that same evening, yeah. So I took bus and I went back to Tamale. I was staying at Tamale, so I went back. So when I went back, that part is that when I went back, now things started. Let me say things started like my dreams became more vivid. And even the way that I used not to sleep, it now became so worse. It became more vivid, and something in my spirit kept telling me that it is a wrong path. What you did was wrong. And then when I came the first night I slept, what I saw a ground shake. It was like an auditorium. And then the ground shook. And I saw a cow. The cow that was sacrificed, I saw the cow land, and the ground shook, and God was angry. And I saw fire everywhere, and God was so angry, and the ground shook. When he spoke, the ground shook. He asked, "What have you done?" And I was like, so what I did was to just like I was very small, because the place was so big, and the cow landed. And there was fire, and then God got so angry, and he spoke, and the ground shook. Then I just quailed down, and I said, "Mercy." That was all I said. I said, "Mercy." I said, "I am human. Have mercy. And if I am going into trouble, what will I do?" I thought that was the solution, and that was what I said. So when I got up from the dream, and it was like, I got up and it was a dream. So when I got up, I was full of fear. And when I got up, I was sweating. I was full of fear. So I started crying. And I went and performed ablution. And I came and I was praying. I was crying unto God. I said, I was just looking for the right path. I said I wanted a solution for myself, but I wanted the right path. I wanted a path that will help me. And I don't have anybody. And I thought that was the right solution for me. So how comes? And if I have gone through the wrong path, then help me. I want the truth. Show me the truth. And you see, before I came, he gave me some recitation. I have to pray. I get up and I do nafla. Before I will sleep, I will do that. I will pray and then pull the tasbih and then I will sleep. Then I said, okay, so all those things, and I was doing all that he said I was doing. I wasn't even sleeping. So because anytime I sleep, I'll be dreaming, I'll be seeing things that I don't want to see. I don't even want to sleep. I don't even want to sleep. So and apart from that, other things that I have to see, not even only myself, but other issues and all that. Then I was like, in the dream, a whole lot of vivid dreams and all that. And I was like, no. Something in my spirit would just say no. So I'll call him and me too. I'll just get, anytime I dream, I'll call and tell him that. That is childish. Now I'll get up and tell him that this is what I saw. I dreamt this. And you say, oh, no. I am from oh, oh, yes, it's nothing. And go. But anytime he does, I like, at that moment, I feel some kind of calmness and I'm okay. But then the next thing, when I go to bed, it continues again. Then I said, no, I have to look for something to do. But what should I do? Then, what even made me to move out, then part of the dreams, what I saw is that I saw myself in a cage. I was in a cage. And how I got to the cage was I was moving, maybe there's no time. I saw myself in a cage. And then in that cage, I tried living and I tried jumping, I couldn't, and then all that. So being in a cage, I didn't understand. So I'm being caged and I didn't understand. So the next thing is, I have to now ask, I got up and I had a friend. Before I went, there was this lady who is a Christian. She was like a sister to me. So before I even started this journey, I told her, and she said, oh, whatever that you do, that will help you. That is it. So she even said she also has if you go and it's fine, then she was. And I said, okay. So I told her, when I came back, I told her, when I was even there, she was aware. And when I came back, everything he understood. I told her. So the dreams I'll get and I'll go to, she said, you two, it's just fear that is killing you and all the, like, she's like, just forget it's fear. But no, something in my spirit keeps on telling me that, no, it is the wrong path. What you have done is wrong. What you have done is wrong. And I'm like, so if it is wrong, where should I go? Where is the right path? Because The one I've seen that is true is that is it. Because right now, any Muslim, if you're a Muslim and you have a problem, you go to a malam, right? Will I go to a pastor? Do you understand? You don't expect me to go to a pastor, or you don't expect me to go to a soothsayer. Definitely, I'll have to go to a malam because you think they have read and they know more. So you move to that person. So if I've moved to that person and the person say, and then somebody will say, keep quiet. If I didn't go there and I keep quiet, is the problem solved? It's not still solved. And I was praying my genuine prayers. So is the problem still solved? It is not still solved. It's the same thing. So in all these things that were happening, I realized that he himself
Golu
was so
FM,
part of it. And I saw him also
91.7.
the Malam also trying to cage me, where some places he's even pushing me into a pit where God will just put his hand. I will see a hand, a bigger hand, who will take me out of that pit and put me down. I will see myself where I'm being summoned in the spirit. I'm being summoned and I'll be going out and I will see the hand of God push me back, or he will use his leg and push me back and I will go. So all these things were happening. I was like, hey, what is happening? Then I have to now ask then I when I told the lady, something happened, I asked the lady, say, let's do prayers. She will guide me with prayers and fasting. But me, Muslims fast Thursdays and Mondays. And so as she was doing 3 days fasting straightforward for me, I was eating because I'll fast only Monday. And then I said, no, I'll also join you the 3 days. And I joined her and we did. And after that fast, what I saw in the spirit became so vivid and I was like, what is happening? Then I said, okay. Then later I realized that whatever that the Malam invoked upon me was like a spirit of, should I say, today I know it is spirit of Leviathan, it is spirit of lust, spirit of a whole lot of stuff, So I didn't want, and I realized that it was occultism. And he has spoken a lot of things. He has said certain things, like, there is a porter. No, I think that should be another time. Yeah. And he would tell me, do I know that in the Quran itself, he was trying to tune my mind into lust. But anytime he talks about it, I'll cover it. Then he has to go back to tell me in the Quran, and even with the pages, the ayahs or whatever. Do you know that in the Quran, if I'm lying, no, I don't even need to say that because I am not lying and I don't need to prove myself in any way. I am here for a purpose, and the purpose is to let people know anywhere you find yourself, in any situation that you find yourself, if you turn to God, he can deliver you. Where I got myself involved was actually occultism. And a lot of spirits were invoked against myself because I didn't even know. I went innocently, knowing I was looking for a path for myself, knowing I was looking for a way for myself. But later when I got inside, I realized that it is not true. What was happening to me, or it was a deception to move me, to turn me against myself, to turn me against humanity, to turn me against whatever that maybe God has given to me. They wanted me to turn it against humanity. And that was their mission. Initially, I didn't know, but later I got to know. I got to know because the time my spirit man was leaving me, the God in me, where the spirit of God wanted to leave me, was where I saw a man. I saw myself in a bush, like a forest, as if I was lost and I was going. So as I was going, I saw a path, like a long road. I passed that path and I crossed and I was going. Then I saw a man sitting far. And then that man asked me, he said, come. And like he asked me to follow him. And I refused. I said, no, I'm not following. I just stood there. I didn't say no. I didn't also follow. And I was standing. And I was holding fire on my hand. And the fire dropped and quenched. Like the fire went off. So he follow me. And I said, no, I didn't follow me. And he said, follow this path. I didn't mind. I was standing. Then the comment that came out from me, okay, if you don't follow me, it is the youth that will suffer. And that thing rang in my ear. the youth that will suffer. Suffer what? What am I going to do? And the youth is going to suffer if I don't follow you. And what am I going to do? And what the kind of suffering is the youth going to suffer? So when I got up, that thing was just in my ears, ringing in my ears. The youth that is going to suffer. The youth. So that was when I got up and I cried unto God and said, I don't know whom you are. I don't know the man that told me that. And I don't know who you are. But I'm looking for the truth. I want the right path. I have always prayed for this. I don't have anyone. I don't know anyone. And I don't know who is to guide me into this. But I know that there is a God that exists. So if where I have passed is the wrong path, so who is God? I want the right path. So when I cried, I prayed though. I performed ablution, I kept praying. I was praying and I was saying that. So it got to me, more of my prayers was like talking. I was just, sometimes I can just sit down, I'll be talking on my own. Then I stood up to pray sujood, to stand, and then what my mind was telling me, you said you want the truth, you said you want the right path, but you are still following what is against you. You are still doing what you are not supposed to do. And I was like, so what am I doing that I'm not supposed to do? Me to have performed, I'm standing. Okay. If that is it, okay. I packed the thing, packed everything. And I kept it there and said, I am not. I said, I will not pray again. Then I stood there and then I was like, now teach me the way. I want to know the way. Who is God? I want to know. And what is happening? I want to know. For I know really, I have seen that I've been caged and a whole lot of stuff is happening. And I'm being controlled. I'm being used.
Golu
that I know.
FM,
I see things happening against
91.7.
my will. Even in the dream, I see things happening. I see myself too. Some part of me doing something, and another part of me standing and crying against whatever that is happening. So what is actually happening in my life? So when I did that, I've seen where some dreams where I see my soul leaving my body and then coming. I've seen a dream where I see a place. I've gone to a place where I see the moon and then a moon, more moons and all of like a whole lot of stuff. That is spirituality. A whole lot of stuff happened, but I cannot open everything now. All that I just want to say is a lot happened. So all I did was I said, I'm not doing again. I've stopped the prayer. Then when I said I will not pray, immediately I had a call. The Malam called. When I stopped, the next morning he called me and he was like, he's coming to Tamale. From Accra, he's coming to Tamale. And as he's coming to Tamale, he's asked to bring me some things to bath and then to drink. That because like the prayers, I'm not doing it again. And then so he's coming to give it to me and I didn't mind him. When he said I didn't mind him, I didn't call it. I just said okay. But he called me. He came and called. I never went to meet him. I didn't collect the things. And he too, I never showed him where I live. So I didn't collect it because anytime he was sending things, he would give it to a brother in town. I'll go and collect it and come and bath and do. So I never went. I didn't call him. When he calls me, I not pick. I just call and give him excuses. And he realized that he knew I was moving. Then he told me that he knows I cannot go anywhere. Nothing will say because he has moved with people. He has done to people. They went round and round and round, but they could not do anything. And they finally have to come back to him. So he knows that I will come back. Then I said, okay, if God is God, we will see. I didn't say anything. Then I went. I stopped. Later, my husband have to start worrying me because of the money. Bring the money. We are ready to go and a whole lot of stuff. So I became more frustrated. A whole lot of things going through my mind and a whole lot of stuff. But what happened was I went through my phone. As I was asking for direction and now asking God to direct me, I went through my phone and I saw a man, a pastor who was praying and preaching. He was teaching. He was teaching about the kingdom of God and then how you can walk in your authority and then the power of the blood of Christ. And then he now said, if you want to follow, you can confess. Like, is it confess? Yeah, confess that you want Christ to be your Lord and your Savior. And then I said, okay. I said, I will do that. Then after the confession, I followed him, led him. I did the confession. After the confession, when I slept that evening, you see the Jesus movie that people watch. After the confession, I saw that movie in my dream. But this time, it's not a movie. I was part of the movie. I was part of the movie in a way that I saw him. I didn't see the man's face. I didn't see, but it was a symbol, like a man in the name of Christ. They held him that way. They were spitting on him and all that. And I was running and hiding and watching him and hiding. He went through a lot. Then later I saw him inside the sea. He was fighting. He fought in the sea, fought and came out. And when he came out, what he told me was that, pick your sticks and follow me. And I was like, when I looked at the sticks, it was full of like tricycle, motor, cane. It was full. I was like, how can I carry all these things and follow? You're telling me I should pick pick your sticks and follow me. Pick the firewood and follow me. And I was like, pick firewood and follow you. Hey, this thing that is plenty like that, how can I carry it? But I just said, okay. And I went but once I held it that I was going, I was able to move. Once I accepted and I picked that firewood and I continued to follow, I was able to follow him. And then as I was going, then I followed him and I got up and it was a dream. Then when I opened my eyes, that was one part of the dream. Then the next thing was, I opened my eyes, it was a dream. Then I went back to bed. And this time round, I slept like a baby. When I got up, that kind of sleep, I have never slept that way since my mother gave birth to me. Like as if some load be as if I was carrying the whole world on my head, and that thing has been taken away from me. I was so like free, and when I got up, I said, "Hey, this thing is sweet, oh." I said, "Hey, this God is sweet, oh." And you know what happened? That lady, because when I said I won't pray, I knew there would be danger because I know where I got myself involved. And I know the kind of man I'm dealing with. Because this is a man who is an occultic man. This is a man who can even summon you on a mirror. Even if you are sleeping and maybe something happened in your past and you don't know, he can summon you on the mirror. And you watch the mirror and see, this is what happened. This was this person and that person who caused this. Like, you want to know what happened. You can do that. He can summon a mirror and then you'll be there. And you will see what happened. So if such a man is working, the kind of spirit he's dealing with, and this man has told you a lot of things, and you are backing yourself, you are moving away from him, you should be ready for attacks. So I went to that lady, that my friend, because I know her to have a gift of prayer. And she could also pray for people to heal. If you are sick and you're lying in the hospital, if that sickness is spiritual, she can pray and God will intercede. And you will get up from that sickness, even if it is at the point of death. So I went to her and I said she should pray for me because I know where I've gotten to. She was like, no, maybe I just have to be patient. Maybe it's fear that. And I said, please, it's not fear. I know what I have seen. You are not in me. You are not in my blood. I know what I have seen. Pray for me. Your own is to pray for me and let me go. So I knelt down. She prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. And she said, it is well. And I said, okay. Then she said I should go. That as she was praying, there were goom bombs like war, Joe, this thing. So she knows that it is well. So, and she could even hear, she can hear the voice of God. So she said it is well. But this is someone who is not also even attending church. She's in the house. So we have people who have the gifts that are within us, but some don't know. So she left. So when I left there, 3 minutes. This is serious. This is serious. Okay. The time is almost finishing. So that is how I got in. Okay. And then so nga Lord hina nga litoluna de wa pray pon since when I got home, I continued. I have to also start my fasting because she said in that case then I will have to fast and do. The lady was attacked. She was attacked. A group of malams with Qurans, they attacked her. They were chanting, making their own incantations and chanting. She prayed, and the one in the middle started vomiting. That is the kind of God we serve. That is the kind of God. And he's the most high. There is no pit that you get inside and you take. But know that this is a group of occultic men. And those occultic men, they will come and tell you that they are giving you light. It is not light. It is darkness. They are after your soul. They are everywhere. I am not afraid. I know the God I serve and the one that is following me. I am not afraid. They are everywhere. Everywhere. And they are deceiving people. I am here because of that deception. Okay? It is not only him. It is not only them, but we have a lot of them, okay? I am not here, and I said I'm not after religion. We also have pastors. We also have a lot of them that are into all those darkness, doing all those stuff for people. But what I am here for is that there is a God that is up there. And that God is not outside of us. It is inside of us. It is that God that was inside me that led me out of the situation I got myself in. If I had not listened to myself and just listened to what people were telling me, or even what the lady herself was telling me, I would have still continued in that path. And that would have led to what? Distraction. Because when you go into occultism, what happened? The first thing is they will turn you yourself to a waylock, a greater one. And before you become that greater one, all the small witches and all those one that are also working in darkness, no. Because when you come, they will fight you. But because you are greater than them, you kill all of them. But God doesn't kill. He will give you the chance to repent. He will give you the chance. He's extending his hand of mercy on them. If you see a child of God and you fight him, you are fighting God. The battle is not mine. The battle is never mine. It is him. The battle is him. So if you are fighting, you are not fighting me. Me, dear mother. Me, I surrender, I give my life, and I sleep. I know the God I serve. And I know where I got to and where he took me out. And there are certain things I didn't say. Certain encounters, because it's a lot. If I want to speak, I'll take about 3 hours. Certain encounters in my personal, and people who attacked me, that they are not the people. Let me put it that way. But we have open doors. People open up their doors for the enemy to use them and attack people. And if you are someone who have the spiritual eye, you see them, you know them, but we don't attack them. Because when God works on you, he lets you know that it is not the person that is attacking you. It is what is behind him. Sometimes they are not even aware. The physical being is not even aware that they are using his spirit to attack somebody. So if you fight the person physically, if you also come and you are fighting the person and you are attacking the person, you are fighting God. Because the person doesn't know. You understand? So that is why we have to learn forgiveness. Even if you are in that situation, learn to forgive. Whoever that attacks you, you just pray. Pray. That is why the word says that we wrestle not with what? The flesh and blood, but we wrestle with what? Principalities, things that are more than that. So if you can hear me and you are into any group that you are going through these same problems, there is a God that is ready for, and he loves you so much. The love of God is so great that when you get to know him, you will love him more.
Golu FM.
And I am happy that today I am saying this. There are certain things I have to cut out and certain things that I didn't say. But I know maybe one day, maybe I will get that opportunity to say them. Those ones are just to enhance what God did for me and how he took me out. But this is the journey that I went through and why I have abandoned what I was doing and I'm now into this. But you see, he also led me into certain things, opened me to see certain things. First, when I wanted to go to a church to confess, I went to a church and even the pastor attacked me and I saw it and I never stepped in the church again. Because when I entered, when he attacked me, I knew that he was ruling with what? Marine spirit. I got to know it and I never stepped in that church again. They called me severally, I never picked. And when I left here and went outside Ghana, even people came and attacked me. Physically, they came. They came in the name because I wanted to get baptized. And they came. And they came to help me and what. And later they attacked me. And I knew. And me, when it happens, I withdraw. When my spirit doesn't get attached or like it doesn't already knew woven, when it doesn't, I withdraw because I have to protect myself. I have to protect my spirit. That energy around me is very important to me. My time is up. So my call is to give this message. Why I'm here is giving the message out and to let you know that there is a God that is ready and he's extending his mercy, the hand of mercy, that whoever that is in that situation, even if you are in darkness and you want to get out of darkness, you want the way. This is the way I'm telling you. It is not the church. It's not like the house. It is the individual and how you think. And you accepting the God in you that will deliver you out of that situation. So that is my message. And I am happy that today I'm able to bring this out. It's a testimony to me and a lot of things that God has done for me. And he has delivered me. A lot of battles that he took me out. If you surrender and you give yourself, ask him to direct you. He will direct you. He will use so many ways to direct you. He will give you the direction. He will tell you, go here. If he even lead you to a place that you enter and it's not right for you, it means he wants you to see something. He wants you to see something. So all you just hate is to surrender. It's all about surrender and knowing the power of the blood. And I started with the power of the blood of Christ and the way. So Christ is the way. Out of everything, he will carry it. He will carry the burden and set you free. Now what you have to do is to walk in the kingdom. And how do you walk in the kingdom? Walk in truth, in sincerity, and walk with the love of God, because he loved you. That is how he saved me. He loved me. That's why he saved me. So I should extend that love to anyone that I meet. Anyone I see, I should see God in him and not the human being. No. So that is my own. So let's love one another. It's all about love. And know that your God exists in you. That is my message today. Thank you very much.
Lama bon lekin kamadan Khadija Bakar ya ku hanna hamma e will be a multi personal encounter are jono e hasiye wu akod anjono la bon lekin kan ka expect another time in opportunity na la yamana isu ko apala a personal encounter rahamma barka.
Galoo FM.